Have you ever stopped to truly consider why the average life expectancy in the United States hovers around 79 years, and why for many the journey often abruptly ends before 81? It's a question that for too long has been met with shrugs and the resigned acceptance of "that's just how it is," or "it's genetics." But what if I told you that this widely accepted truth, this perceived ceiling on our senior years, is not the full story? What if much of what we've been led to believe about aging and longevity, especially after 60, is based on deeply ingrained misconceptions that are subtly yet powerfully shortening our lives and diminishing our vitality? My name is Dr. John, and for years my work has focused on unearthing the real, often overlooked drivers behind healthy aging and extended longevity. I've had the privilege of working with countless individuals, helping them not just add years to their lives, but add life to their years, demonstrating that thriving well into your 80s, 90s, and beyond isn't a pipe dream, it's an attainable reality for many. In the next few moments, I'm going to pull back the curtain on some uncomfortable truths about why so many elderly people in America won't live past 81, revealing critical factors that are often ignored, misunderstood, or simply not discussed in mainstream conversations about senior health. But more importantly, I'm going to share incredibly potent, yet surprisingly simple strategies that can empower you to defy these statistics, reclaim your vigor, and unlock a future far more vibrant and expansive than you might currently imagine. If you're over 60 or care for someone who is what you're about to hear could fundamentally change your perspective, and more importantly, your trajectory, stay with me, because this is information you genuinely need to see right now. Hello, and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. It's truly a privilege to connect with you today. In a world brimming with information, it can often feel overwhelming to sift through what truly matters, especially when it comes to something as personal and profound as our health and our future as we age. Today, we're going to dive deep into a topic that affects us all, either directly or through the lives of those we cherish, understanding the real reasons why a significant number of seniors in the United States may not live as long or as vibrantly as they truly could, often not making it past the age of 81. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. It's about shedding light on overlooked truths, and more importantly, equipping you with actionable insights that can genuinely transform your longevity journey. My hope is that by the end of our time together, you'll feel not only informed, but inspired, armed with knowledge to make choices that support a longer, healthier, and more joyful life. As we embark on this crucial conversation, I kindly ask for a small favor that makes a big difference for this channel and our growing community. If you find value in what we discussed today, please consider giving this video a gentle like. It helps more people like you discover this vital information. Feel free to share it with a friend or family member who might also benefit from these insights, and if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, to join a community dedicated to thriving through every stage of life. And of course, I'd love to hear your initial thoughts and experiences in the comments below as we move forward. Now, let's turn our attention to the heart of the matter and uncover the first critical factor impacting our longevity, often right under our noses. We've all experienced inflammation at some point, perhaps twisting an ankle and seeing it swell, or feeling the fiery burn of a cut. That's acute inflammation, your body's heroic first responder, a vital process designed to heal and protect you. It's a good thing, a necessary part of life. But imagine if that emergency response system never truly switched off, if the fire alarm kept blaring day in and day out, even when there's no fire. That, my friends, is chronic inflammation, a silent, persistent, and often unseen biological smolder that for far too many seniors in the United States is quietly, steadily, and devastatingly eroding their health, their vitality, and ultimately years from their lives, often contributing to why so many may not reach or significantly pass the age of 81. Unlike its acute counterpart, chronic inflammation rarely announces itself with obvious pain or swelling. Instead, it operates stealthily, a low-grade simmering internal fire that damages cells, tissues, and organs, over time laying the groundwork for a cascade of health issues that are mistakenly attributed solely to getting old. It's the underlying current beneath so many age-related diseases that are considered almost inevitable, yet are anything but. Consider this for countless seniors across America, the daily aches and stiffness that are dismissed as just arthritis, that's often inflammation. the persistent brain fog, the struggle with memory, the feeling of mental slowness, often inflammation, the insidious progression of heart disease, the growing risk of type 2 diabetes, the weakening bones, the increasing susceptibility to infections, even the very development of certain cancers, chronic inflammation is a profound, often overlooked, common denominator in their development and acceleration. It's an internal environment of constant stress, where your body is always on high alert, always trying to put out microscopic fires, and this perpetual battle takes an immense toll, draining your energy reserves and prematurely aging your cells and systems. It's why you might feel inexplicably tired, why your joints might ache for no apparent reason, why your recovery from even minor illnesses seems to take longer and longer. The consequences are tangible reduced mobility and independence, a higher reliance on multiple medications to manage symptoms rather than address the root cause, and a significant reduction in both the quantity and quality of life. For decades, the prevailing narrative has been that these conditions are simply the unavoidable march of time, a sad, inevitable decline. But this perspective overlooks the profound impact of chronic inflammation, which is largely influenced by lifestyle factors within our control, rather than simply being a fixed decree of age. Understanding this distinction is not just academic. It is profoundly empowering because it means that many of the health challenges we perceive as irreversible aspects of aging are in fact preventable, manageable, and even reversible to a significant degree. By addressing this silent epidemic, by learning to calm this internal storm, we unlock the potential for dramatically improved physical function, sharper cognitive abilities, more robust immunity, and a far more vibrant, active, and extended lifespan. It's about shifting from merely managing symptoms to proactively creating an internal environment where your body can thrive, heal, and truly express its inherent capacity for health, pushing the boundaries of what's considered possible in our senior years and moving well past that often cited average lifespan of 81. This crucial understanding of inflammation sets the stage for our next discussion, which focuses on one of the most powerful, yet often neglected tools at our disposal for combating this silent threat movement. Building on our understanding of chronic inflammation, let's pivot to a related, equally pervasive, and often underestimated threat to longevity and vitality for seniors in the United States, the insidious danger of a sedentary lifestyle. It's a quiet epidemic, often masked by the comforts of modern life, the ease of access to entertainment, and sometimes a well-meaning but ultimately detrimental fear of exertion. For many, the golden years sadly become a time of increasing stillness, a gradual reduction in physical activity driven by a blend of diminishing energy, aches and pains, and the pervasive misconception that rest is always best. But here's the often overlooked truth: while rest is important, chronic inactivity, especially as we age, is not merely a lack of exercise. It is an active contributor to decline, a catalyst for accelerated aging, and a significant factor in why so many do not live past 81 with true quality of life. When we stop moving, our bodies, which are masterpieces of biological engineering designed for movement, begin to subtly then dramatically dismantle themselves. One of the most critical consequences is sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. This isn't just about weaker biceps. It's about losing the very foundation of independence. Less muscle means less balance, leading to a drastically increased risk of falls, which are a leading cause of injury, disability, and even premature death in seniors. It means a reduced ability to perform everyday tasks, opening a jar, getting out of a chair, walking to the mailbox, tasks that are fundamental to maintaining autonomy. Beyond muscle inactivity also leads to a decrease in bone density, making bones brittle and prone to fractures, further increasing the risk of debilitating injuries. But the dangers extend far deeper than the musculoskeletal system. A sedentary lifestyle directly impairs our cardiovascular health. Our hearts, like any muscle, become weaker without regular challenge, leading to reduced endurance, higher blood pressure, and an increased risk of heart disease and stroke. Our metabolism suffers, leading to insulin resistance, making us more susceptible to type 2 diabetes and contributing to weight gain, which further exacerbates inflammation and strain on our joints. Even our cognitive function takes a hit. Research overwhelmingly shows a strong link between physical activity and brain health, with movement supporting blood flow to the brain, neuroplasticity, and overall mental sharpness. Consider the profound shift from an active adult life to one where movement becomes a chore or is avoided altogether. The energy levels plummet, the mood can dip, and the body's internal systems operate less efficiently. It's a tragic paradox where the very fear of injury through movement leads to a state of frailty that guarantees injury. But here's the incredibly empowering news. The human body is remarkably resilient, and even small, consistent amounts of movement can trigger profound positive changes. It's not about becoming an Olympic athlete. It's about integrating intentional movement back into your daily rhythm. Imagine feeling stronger, more balanced, walking with confidence, and having the energy to pursue hobbies and spend quality time with loved ones, all while reducing your risk of chronic diseases and significantly extending your healthy active years. It's about rediscovering the joy of movement, not as a punishment, but as a path to reclaiming your vitality. This vital connection between movement and longevity naturally leads us to another fundamental pillar of health, one that directly fuels or hinders our body's ability to combat inflammation and thrive the food we choose to eat. As we uncover the silent threats of chronic inflammation and the dangers of a sedentary lifestyle, it becomes abundantly clear that our daily choices profoundly shape our longevity journey. And few choices are as powerful, as direct, and yet as misunderstood as what we put on our plates. For many seniors in the United States, navigating the world of nutrition can feel like a bewildering journey through a labyrinth of conflicting advice, trendy diets, and deeply ingrained habits formed over decades. This confusion, coupled with often misleading marketing and a societal tendency to prioritize convenience over nourishment, leads to common dietary pitfalls that unfortunately fuel the very inflammatory processes we discussed earlier and accelerate the decline that too often shortens lives before 81. Let's peel back the layers on some of these pervasive myths and common mistakes. One significant pitfall is the reliance on processed foods often perceived as senior-friendly due to their ease of preparation or soft textures. These foods, from packaged snacks to ready-made meals, are frequently laden with hidden sugars, unhealthy trans fats, excessive sodium, and artificial ingredients. A cocktail that directly inflames the body, contributes to metabolic dysfunction, and offers little in the way of genuine nutrition. They are calorie-dense, but nutrient-poor, leaving your body starved for the essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants it needs to repair, regenerate, and thrive. Another critical mistake is the insufficient intake of protein, a fundamental building block often overlooked. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at utilizing protein, meaning we actually need more high-quality protein to maintain muscle mass support, bone health, boost our immune system, and produce vital hormones and enzymes. Yet many seniors consume far less than optimal amounts, unknowingly accelerating sarcopenia, the muscle loss we discussed earlier. Similarly, the fear of healthy fats, a lingering relic of outdated dietary advice, often leads to a deficiency in crucial omega-3 fatty acids, which are powerful anti-inflammatory agents and essential for brain health. Instead, unhealthy processed vegetable oils, rich in omega-6s, contribute to an inflammatory imbalance. The consequence of these nutritional missteps is not just a lack of energy or digestive issues, it's a systemic weakening of the body's defenses. It's why wounds heal slower, why recovery from illness is prolonged, why cognitive clarity can dim, and why the risk for conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and even certain neurodegenerative disorders increases. Your plate becomes a battleground, either nourishing your body's fight against aging and disease, or actively contributing to its decline. But here's the transformative power of informed nutrition. By making conscious strategic dietary choices, you can dramatically reverse many of these negative trends. Imagine fueling your body with vibrant, nutrient-dense foods, fresh fruits and vegetables bursting with antioxidants, lean proteins that preserve muscle and strength, healthy fats that lubricate your joints and sharpen your mind, and whole unprocessed carbohydrates that provide sustained energy without spikes. This isn't about restrictive diets or complicated meal plans. It's about a mindful shift towards real whole foods that work with your body, not against it. It's about reducing the inflammatory burden, strengthening your immune system, supporting cellular repair, and invigorating every system within you. The benefits extend far beyond physical health. Improved nutrition can enhance your mood, sharpen your memory, increase your energy levels, and fundamentally elevate your quality of life, allowing you to engage more fully with the world around you. It's about empowering your body's inherent capacity for healing and longevity, unlocking a future where you can truly thrive, not just survive. This understanding of how we nourish our bodies then naturally leads us to consider another crucial, yet often invisible dimension of our well-being that profoundly impacts our physical health and longevity, our mental and emotional state, and the power of connection. Having explored the tangible impacts of chronic inflammation, the critical importance of movement, and the foundational role of nutrition, we now turn our attention to a dimension of health that is often overlooked, yet holds immense power over our physical well-being and indeed our longevity. The profound influence of our mental state, our emotional resilience, and the strength of our social connections. For many seniors in the United States, aging can unfortunately bring with it a unique set of challenges that impact mental and emotional health. Life transitions like retirement, the loss of loved ones, changes in living situations, or even the diminishing social circles can for some lead to a silent, insidious burden, social isolation, and loneliness. It's a challenge far more pervasive than many realize, and its impact extends far beyond just feeling down or disconnected. It has a direct, measurable, and often devastating effect on physical health, contributing significantly to why so many do not live past 81 with vitality. The science is increasingly clear and frankly quite startling. Chronic loneliness and social isolation are as detrimental to our physical health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day or being obese. When we feel disconnected, unsupported, or without purpose, our bodies register this as a profound threat, triggering a sustained stress response. This chronic stress, in turn, directly fuels the very chronic inflammation we discussed earlier, elevating levels of stress hormones like cortisol, which can suppress the immune system, increase blood pressure, contribute to heart disease, disrupt sleep patterns, and even accelerate cognitive decline. It's a vicious cycle where emotional distress translates into physical vulnerability. Imagine the constant internal pressure, the feeling of not belonging, or not having anyone to share joys and sorrows with. This isn't just an emotional ache. It's a biological stressor that wears down your vital systems, making you more susceptible to illness and less resilient in the face of physical challenges. We see this manifest in increased rates of depression and anxiety among isolated seniors, but critically also in higher incidences of heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, and even a reduced ability to recover from surgery or illness. The absence of meaningful social engagement can also lead to a lack of mental stimulation, contributing to cognitive decline and a diminished sense of purpose. Conversely, the power of human connection, a sense of belonging, and a positive mindset are incredibly potent protective factors for longevity. Seniors who maintain strong social ties, engage in community activities, or find purpose in their daily lives, whether through volunteering hobbies or contributing to their families, consistently demonstrate better physical health outcomes, greater resilience to stress, and a significantly longer, healthier lifespan. These connections provide emotional support, reduce feelings of isolation, and can even encourage healthier habits, as people are more likely to stay active and make good choices when they feel accountable to others or have companions for activities. It's about more than just having people around. It's about genuine, reciprocal relationships and a feeling that your life has meaning and value. Cultivating a positive mindset, practicing gratitude, and engaging in activities that bring joy and a sense of accomplishment also profoundly impact our biology, fostering a more resilient immune system and reducing the inflammatory load. It's about nurturing your inner world as diligently as you care for your physical body. The good news is that just as physical and nutritional changes can be made, so too can we actively cultivate connection and foster a more positive mental outlook, regardless of past circumstances. It's about taking proactive steps to engage with life, with others, and with a sense of purpose. This brings us to the crux of our discussion, transforming all this valuable knowledge into tangible, actionable steps that can truly empower you to build a vibrant, long, and fulfilling future. Now that we've shed light on these critical, often overlooked factors that profoundly influence our longevity, the silent inflammation, the sedentary trap, the nutritional crossroads, and the unseen burden of isolation and mindset, the crucial question becomes, what now? How do we move from understanding to action? It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information, but my commitment to you is to simplify this process, to show you that profound change doesn't require drastic, sudden overhauls, but rather consistent, compassionate, and courageous small steps. Think of this not as a daunting mountain to climb, but as a gentle, empowering path forward, your very own blueprint for a vibrant tomorrow. I want to offer you a clear, actionable framework, something you can start implementing today, right where you are, to begin reclaiming your vitality and defying those limiting statistics. First, let's start with the anti-inflammatory plate. This isn't about deprivation, but abundance. Begin by adding more colorful fruits and vegetables to every meal. Think berries, leafy greens, and vibrant bell peppers. Incorporate healthy fats from sources like olive oil, avocados, and fatty fish like salmon-rich in those vital omega-3s. Prioritize lean, high-quality protein with each meal, whether it's poultry, eggs, lentils, or beans, to protect your precious muscle mass. Minimize processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive, unhealthy fats, understanding that every reduction is a win for your internal calm. Secondly, embrace the power of purposeful movement. Forget punishing workouts. Focus on joyful, consistent activity. This could be a daily brisk walk in your neighborhood, dancing to your favorite music, gentle stretching, chair yoga, or even joining a senior fitness class. The key is consistency and finding what brings you joy. Aim for even 10 to 15 minutes a day to start gradually increasing as your strength and confidence grow. Remember, every step counts. Every movement sends a powerful message to your body that you are alive, capable, and ready to thrive. Thirdly, actively cultivate meaningful connection and a mindful heart. Reach out to a friend or family member you haven't spoken to in a while. Join a local club or volunteer organization that aligns with your interests. Explore online communities that foster positive interaction. Dedicate a few minutes each day to gratitude, focusing on what brings you joy. Consider simple mindfulness exercises, even a few deep breaths, to reduce stress. These steps taken consistently will not only enrich your emotional landscape, but profoundly bolster your physical health. Imagine waking up with more energy, feeling less pain, thinking more clearly, and truly enjoying your days, confident in your ability to maintain your independence and actively participate in life for many years to come. Imagine defying the expectation of decline, not just living to 81, but living vibrantly past 81 with purpose, joy, and robust health. This future isn't a fantasy. It's within your grasp, but it requires you to take that courageous first step. I believe in your inherent strength and resilience, and I know you have the power to embark on this transformative journey. So, right now, as you're watching this, I urge you to commit to just one small change, one of these 3 areas that you will implement starting today. What is it going to be? Take that first step and tell me in the comments below what's your first step towards a longer, more vibrant life. Your commitment can inspire others, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. We've covered vital ground today, uncovering the hidden truths behind chronic inflammation, the quiet dangers of a sedentary life, the transformative power of informed nutrition, and the profound impact of connection and mindset, all crucial keys to extending your vibrant years well beyond 81. Remember, your future isn't predetermined. It's being written with every choice you make, and you possess an incredible capacity for growth and vitality. You have the power to shape a future brimming with health, purpose, and joy. So, if this video has empowered you to see a new path forward, to realize that a long, fulfilling life is truly within your reach, please take a moment right now to type yes in the comments below. Let me know that you're ready to embrace this journey towards a more vibrant tomorrow. And if you found genuine value in these insights, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos as we continue to explore practical ways to empower you to thrive in your senior years and beyond. Thank you for joining me on this essential conversation, and I look forward to seeing you flourish.